Hi, everybody.
Hi,
We're Dave and Dana
Dana
Carosa, the
Carosa.
co-founders of Sacred Selections, and we're delighted to be able to speak to you today to give our greatest recommendation and commendation to Phil Robertson and his team at 1213 Online.
Yes, the best.
We first met Phil and the 1213 organization back in 2011. At that
It's been
time,
9 years now, David.
yeah, nine
9 years.
A great working relationship with Phil and his team. Back in 2011, Sacred Selections was only at number 43 in terms
Wow.
of the number of children that we had helped with adoption. And
Because now we're at 352.
right, and we'll never forget that first
Never.
meeting that we had with Phil and their founding board. They asked us to meet. We were out in the Tampa area for a Florida College activity, and they asked us to come down to Orlando, and they wanted to learn a little bit more about Sacred Selections. And it was a great meeting. It set the stage for a wonderful working relationship, but it was interesting. Dan, tell a little bit about your impression of that first meeting.
Well, what happened was, we travel all the time, and this is the one and only time ever that they lost our luggage. And it was raining, pouring, so the clothes we were in were soaking wet. And it was an early morning meeting, so there was no time to get new clothes or anything. So we had to wash out clothes and, no makeup, no hair products, nothing. And I thought, oh, we're going to make a great first impression. And first met Phil years before, so we knew him. So we sat down at this round table, and they were all very sober-minded businessmen, which that's great. I love that. And they shot a lot of arrows at our business plan, and I'm okay with that. We've got nothing to hide. But they were going to make sure that where their money was going to go to help the children and do what we said was going to happen with the money. And I'll never forget, they said, well, we'll try you out with 50,000. And to me, that was the world at that time. And we were struggling to even raise $5,000. So we will be eternally grateful for that.
Yeah, we've owned more than one business, and we've been through a lot of due diligence processes. And when we walked out of the meeting, we were smiling. We really enjoyed the conversation, but we both said, "Wow, that was a lot of due diligence." But
Yeah.
they're
And it's
very
great.
very serious business people, and we walked away with a commitment for them to help support Sacred Selections in our early years. And at that time, their commitment every year was so significant to keep the
Very
foundation
significant.
going and really getting us launched. Over the years, in the work of Sacred Selections, particularly with adoption, we've come into contact with hundreds of people. And through those contacts, you hear about a lot of other opportunities to serve and people that have different types of financial needs. And so on many occasions when we heard about a need, an opportunity to help benevolently with respect to finances, we've contacted Phil and the 1213 organization, and in many cases, they were the first responder.
Yes.
They were anxious, they were willing, and they were able to help families that we knew in our network who had financial needs beyond the work of adoption, and the 1213 organization really stepped up and helped them. So they've been great to work with, to support us, and they've also been great to support our brothers and sisters who had needs beyond the work of adoption. But even in the work of adoption, in today's environment with the whole COVID-19 pandemic, one of the two words that we're hearing a lot about is essential and non-essential work. And we are absolutely convinced that the home and the work of parenting is essential
It's
work.
essential.
And we run across situations in the context of adoption. People apply for grants to us, but we're not always able to meet those needs for a variety of reasons. And 1213 has become our go-to resource when we are not able to provide grant for a couple. The home is still a good thing. And 1213 has been able to pick that ball up and help a number of families. So the relationship that we've had for the last 9 years with 1213 has crossed many paths and has worked effectively together many times. We're delighted that 1213 wants to promote their continued interest and ability to serve in helping to raise funds and support adoption for
Yes, thank you.
fatherless
Thank you
children.
very much,
So
1213.
we're delighted to tell you about our wonderful working relationship with 1213. They do great work. They're very dependable, very serious people about the work that they do, and you will do well, and you can have our full assurance that they're a great organization to work with. So thank you, Phil. Thank you all of the 1213
Yes,
board for
thank
all the
you.
work that you do, and we hope that this helps you to help other families. So thanks for listening, and
God bless you.
and we wish everyone the very best of luck in this work. Bye.
Good night.